Hi, I'm Amy Braun-Bostich with Braun-Bostich and Associates, and today we want to talk about the three most common questions we get about Social Security. The first question is really, when should I take Social Security? Which seems like an easy question. Most people just take it when they think they need it. But there are some complications about deciding how to maximize Social Security. The first thing is how is your health? Social Security is based on average life expectancy. So if you have health considerations, it may make sense to take Social Security earlier, like at age 62, rather than wait till full retirement age, or even further at age 70. So that is one consideration. The next is income needs. Almost 75% of the population that takes Social Security takes it early at 62 and for reasons of income need. In other words, they don't really have pensions, 401ks, other money, or substantial money coming in to help them. And a lot of times, especially laborers, end up retiring early because of the physical nature of their jobs. So income needs are very important. The third thing is that are you married? So different considerations for married versus single, and we'll talk about that in a later post and a little bit later on today. And then finally, are you still working? Because if you're still working, you may end up losing some or all of the Social Security that's coming in. Now, you'll get some of that back later, but that would be a consideration for you. Plus, your tax bracket. If you don't really need the money, you're in a high tax bracket, that Social Security, it's tax preferred, but it's not tax free. So 85% of it will be taxed. Um, the the calculation, as I said earlier, for Social Security is based on average life expectancy. So if you live longer than that, you're going to end up better off, provided you have the correct answers to the other things that I mentioned, taking it at 70. Okay, the next question is, can I receive a spousal benefit? A lot of times people don't realize that without affecting their own benefit, their spouse can receive a benefit off of theirs. They think that their benefit will be reduced if their spouse receives a benefit. So, spousal benefits are usually determined by the primary insured amount of the highest earner. So if I take Social Security as a spouse at age 62, then I am going to only get about 71.5% of what I'm due. If I wait till full retirement age, then I'm going to get 50% of my spouse's primary insured amount. Now, in order for me to do that, the spouse has to be collecting Social Security as well. Then also another question that comes up is, can I collect off of my divorced spouse? Well, if you've been married for 10 years or longer, you absolutely can. So if you did remarry, but you remarried later after age 60, then you can still collect off of your ex spouse. Now, the ex spouse has to be at least 62 for you to collect. And then finally, one of the last questions is about death. So, if one spouse dies, how does that affect the surviving spouse? Well, there's a couple of things with that. The earliest you can collect as a surviving spouse is age 60. But once again, if you collect at age 60, you're going to only get 71.5% of what you normally would get. Now, you can wait and collect at full retirement age to get the full benefit. If your spouse and both you have both been collecting Social Security or both belong beyond full retirement age, then when one spouse dies, if their Social Security is higher, your Social Security as the surviving spouse will be bumped up to what theirs is. And just to make the point about Social Security claiming strategies, here's a good example. Let's say that a spouse starts collecting Social Security at age 62, and they're now 85, and they were the primary breadwinner in the family. Let's say at 85 they die, and their Social Security benefit or spousal survivor benefit would be 35 a month, or $3,535 a month. That's because they collected at 62. Had they waited to age 70, then the surviving spouse would have received $6,103, a huge difference in the amount that the surviving spouse would receive. These types of strategies are available to clients of ours. We have specialized software, and we will run through all this with you when you decide that you'd like to retire and look at Social Security. For more information about Social Security and other retirement issues, please go to our website at braun-bostich.com and follow us at Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. Thanks.